I grew up like a savage.
Rappers have a weakness, in my opinion, right? If I was a A&R,
right,
the weakness is the A&R part of them picking the wrong music.
Right.
I think one of the greatest niggas ever at this is Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Rick Ross, who, if he has help or whatever's going on with the niggas that actually pick the music,
he selects. Yeah, he has.
It's great music,
phenomenal.
And then
selection.
he actually delivers on it, right? But I don't believe that music would be for everybody, but he's picking it for himself.
But it's not to change the subject. It's the same subject, but a little off. I was listening to Rick Ross. I like Rick Ross a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was listening to Rick Ross, I said, how much of success comes from your voice, the way your voice sound? Because it's crazy you mentioned that, because I was truly riding the other day and I thought to myself, I said, if MC Shadi was saying these same lyrics, would I like this song?
You wouldn't.
No.
So that tells you that his voice. Mm-hmm. So I think when you got a dope voice in the instrument, you don't even have to get as intricate as everybody get.
The voice is
you can say something motherfucking simple.
You're right. You're right.
And it sound clean in the motherfucker.
You know what's crazy that you say that is because when I think about that is I wouldn't like Ross raps now. I mean, I wouldn't like his raps now with his early flow, because I went back and listened to his early flow. It's not as timeless as where he at, like the pocket he's been in the last 6, 7, 8 years, wherever he was at, maybe that Teflon Don album, all that. It's crazy. Yeah,
different.
It was different. But that early shit, it was still cool for his time. Just like when I go back and I listen to some a lot of early shit from the rapper, it's like niggas' voice change. Like if you listen to Nip, by the time he died, he was kind of like he was in pocket. Like he was a cold nigga at that time, far as just a rapper.
See, because you got two type of successes with rap, I believe. You got some rappers that their first album is their best piece of work, because that's their life story up until they made their record.
And they hungry as hell.
But then you got some rappers that just get good with time, because now probably like Rick Ross, they living the life. Now I could really feel it.
Right.
I can really feel it when I tell you I'm finna go to the top of the hotel and get on this helipad.
Right.
When I'm really doing it.
Right.
Before I was just perping it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
When I'm really popping Bel Air.
Right.
In a private jet.
This shit is real now.
Right. So
I think walk could be different.
I think that motivation helps, just like Philthy.
Yeah.
Early Philthy, I mean, I didn't really listen to him. He wasn't weak or nothing, but I'm just saying I could tell where the Philthy with the bag sound a whole lot more.
A whole lot different, yeah. Like right now it's crazy. And you know, speaking of Philthy, I missed that question earlier. I forgot. I'm glad you said that, because he did an album called East Oakland Legend where he gave it up to a lot of East Oakland legends. And how did you feel about that? And do a lot of, I know Sita, I know a lot of niggas give it up to you, but like, how you feel about that? Do you receive the flowers, like, or do you be like, are you still just extra like, you know what I mean? Do you feel like, nigga, I dust this shit off and get in there with y'all?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, when anytime somebody like that, like somebody new who doing their thing, that, you know, invite us to something or pay homage, like, I'm humbled.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm humbled that you feel like that, like you said, that you a big deal, or like you sound like. Cause me, I'm just me.
Yeah.
I ain't no narcissist. I'm just a normal dude. I don't, you know what I mean?
You know what's a problem too? I think a lot of our rappers had a problem upholding the sauce, and it's from like the game going away and niggas not having resources to get money, right? Because
upholding the sauce.
Man, we had some saucy niggas. Like, it wasn't even nothing to talk about. They were stars as soon as you seen them. It was like everything about them. And you could pull up, like I said, I could pull up on Cherry Street at any given day, and this shit parked all on the curb. And niggas out there looking like rappers. Niggas out there looking like it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you said, you see a nigga in a candy blue El Camino with a dirt bike on the back pulling a jet ski.
You know what I'm saying? Crazy shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy because I always felt we never had our city represented properly on film. You know what I'm saying? Not once. We got close. I think Licks was very close, but it was modern times. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But from my eyes and my vision, there was a time in my life where Oakland looked like that scene in Paid in Full. Like, you could have been at Mojo's.
Yeah.
You could have been at East Mile Mall, McDonald's. You could have been at, but you would have seen shit lined up, clean a bunch of bad broads. You know what I'm saying? It just was, it went in another direction. You know what I'm saying? It went kind of like, and that's what everybody's city. You know what I'm saying? That's what all the youngsters, it turned different. But I'm saying my city never got the just due. Now when they show our city, they show shit like Blind Spotting.
Right.
Nigga doing a Mac Dre dance at a burrito truck. We
Everybody
don't be doing that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know where y'all get that shit from.
It's crazy you mentioned that because that's when I watched that and I couldn't even get through. I couldn't keep watching it.
I couldn't finish it either.
Because I just said, this ain't nothing. I say this movie has nothing to do with Oakland, but all of our stereotypes.
Yeah. It's like some
what about us?
Stereotypes.
Like we just gonna put all the stereotypes of Oakland in the movie. Not Oakland.
Not Oakland.
But the stereotypes of Oakland.
The worst out of
I hate when the Oakland movie has a nigga that just walks up in the middle of a random sideshow and an abandoned parking lot and niggas turf dancing. And it just be weird, but you know, like, that's because I feel like a time is finna change though. I'm just keeping it real. Like, we finna flip a switch, right? Because you got real shit happen. You got niggas like me doing media. You got niggas like you writing books. You got niggas who, as long as we put the light on it, shit'll change. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we gotta keep exposing it. So getting into like the delinquents, right? Going from Fremont rapping to the delinquents to being who you are, the culture keeper in Oakland, and separating, making different projects without V, right? Without Glenn, like you and Zeke coming out as
V White
and a politician. Mm-hmm. And then dropping those projects, and let me say this too, helping a lot of niggas, because y'all helped a lot of niggas along the way, and kept y'all camaraderie with a lot of niggas also, and never beefed with no rappers.
Right. You
know what I'm saying? That's big. I had to say that, right?
Gotta commend you on that.
Gotta commend you on that. Y'all always kept it player, and the Hitters on the Payroll was here and gave y'all big props. You know what I'm saying? Because putting them on y'all album is the biggest song of all their lives. You know what I'm saying? That shit did wonders for all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But how did we get to this phase? We know about V, the nigga with the Harleys early on, right? We know about the nigga with all the toys. How do we get to Body Baggers? How do we get to this? This some dope ass artwork too. Who did this?
Stacy. Her name is Stacy. She's the she's the one who edited the book.
Okay.
Stacy. I don't want to mispronounce her name, but it's in the book.
Okay. And this is based in Oakland.
Yeah.
So, like, let me ask you something. Is this book loosely based on the East Bay Dragons?
No. I mean,
but that's the only example we have.
Well, no. Only thing that's similar is they started in the 60s.
Okay.
And they're all black Harley Davidson only motorcycle club.
Right.
Okay.
Other than that, the stories don't have nothing to do.
Stories. Right. It
the stories not parallel with nobody in the Dragons or none of that. It's just and I got that idea, like I said, because my grandmother is on the other corner, so I was born with them being there. So you know what I mean. And like I said, my whole life, I done had over 10 motorcycles. Right. Over 10 Harleys. Yeah. So
could you see yourself? Have you ever been in a club?
No.
Could you see yourself like producing a documentary on like black bikes or maybe even the Dragons?
Nah, I don't think I would do it justice, only because I've never been in a club.
Yeah, I think inside.
I think to do that, like, you know what I mean, like somebody like Hub, I think he'd be a good person to do something.
How does that happen? Like, how does Hub? Because just for the people that don't know, you and Hub taking a ride to one of your childhood places that you visited turned into the infamous Lake Berryessa. But how does Hub start multiple clubs and a friend as close as you don't join?
Well, because I was there when the Goodfellas started. So in the incubation period of when the Goodfellas started, I was there. Like the first meeting was at my grandmother's club.
Wow.
The first 2 meetings were, and it was only about 6 or 7 of us, and we didn't have a name. We were figuring out bylaws. How much is it to get in the club? We were just trying to lay the foundation. So what happened was, I was a part of it in the incubation period. Then when after those meetings and they came to, picking a name and getting a vest and doing artwork, and I didn't go further with it because I'm one of them people that I'm just a realist with myself like that. And I think a lot of people, if they thought like this, people wouldn't be in trouble and they wouldn't be in sticky situations. I knew that I was just, my daughter was young. I'm trying to balance all of this. I was like, man, I can't get this club 100%.
Right.
I can't. I'm not finna be at no meeting every Saturday.
Mandatory runs.
I got kids. I got sports. I got all kind of shit. And then I didn't like riding bikes long distance.
Man, mandatory.
See, bikes for me was always, because I stayed in Oakland and I stayed in the middle of the culture. So a bike for me was a couple of hour outlet that me and a couple of homies could be like, hey, nigga, the lake cracking.
Right, that's right.
Let's go to the house, grab the bike. We go grab the bike. I make the call at 1 o'clock. We go grab the bikes and we ride around for 2-3 hours. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, the bikes is put back in the garage. We in the car back riding.
Right.
But shit, I mean, when you stay an hour away, what I'm gonna do?
Right.
And then that's not. I mean, with maturity, my biggest outlet and my greatest, what I'm looking for in my day ain't hella people standing outside.
Right.
And I want to just go stand out there with them.
Right.
Like, that's kind of non-productive to me at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, like I said, bikes for me was just a couple of hour out. Like you said, the estuary cracking. Let's go get the bikes. Right. We come through, burn rubber.
Real quick, paint this
yeah, and then we park the bikes back in our car. And go on with our day.
Stay on blue. I'm just trying to stay racked up like you. Put an 8 in a 1 and do magic. Tryna stretch hair on like elastic. Eco-friendly drug dealer, I don't waste no plastic. Use all 4 corners of that baggie. All I ever wanted was a bankroll. So I pull up on Champ before the bank close. Say no to stank hoes and stank clothes. No paramedic pimpin', nigga, we don't save hoes.